It's May 18th, Thursday, 2023. Do we ever fully get delivered? I'm learning to embrace deliverance now as an everyday or full life path, being delivered out of darkness into God's marvelous light, into the kingdom of heaven, the holy kingdom. In my religion, this is my personal experience. I'm not going to speak for others. But in my religion, things are concrete in my religion. They were concrete. And kind of like black and white, yes or no. I have this, I don't have it. I do this, I don't do it. I'm in or I'm out. I'm saved or I'm not saved, that kind of a thing. In my religion, I was two-dimensional in my spirituality most of the time, I would say, except in prayer and in the revelation of the word. I would say I had more multi-dimensional experiences in worship, the word, and in prayer. But in my belief systems, I'll say, in my belief systems, my framework of my beliefs, they were concrete, they were two-dimensional. And I feel like they served my ego in many ways. The iced tea here is just really good. They make it, like, for real. They brew it. They don't have tea like that. When they talk about Southern tea, it really is as good as they sing about. It's comfort. It's a comfort drink. Wow. I don't know how they do it. It's just really good. I get a little bit of sweet, like this much, and then the rest I put water. So good. It's refreshing. I guess it gives you that little, a little bit of caffeine too. But in my religion, I think it served my ego for that part of my journey, for those legs of my journey. And then, God opens up things and he blasts you to another level. And you realize this journey is just ever increasing. Growth and returning back to kindergarten, like a child, returning back to kindergarten, realizing I don't think I know anything again. I don't think I know anything. I thought I knew it all and I went all the way up here and now I don't think I know anything again. Wow, this whole new dimension has opened up about God, about myself, because it's like we go down a level inside of ourselves and we go up a level in the spirit, and we feel like our whole existence has been jolted and we don't know anything. And it's good. But I'm seeing more and more that my religion served my ego and it helped my ego to cope with its suffering and with its cover-ups and with its ability to hide and with its pride. And there's no shame. That's it. There's no shame. And there's no blame on anybody. It's a personal journey. And it was necessary for me. And it's part of who I am. And I wouldn't trade it. And I appreciate that part of my journey very much. And much of it is still with me. But I do appreciate shedding religion and being delivered out of religion. And I feel the work of deliverance in me more continual in my life, since I feel that religion is shedding in my life off of me, off of my consciousness, and off of the parts of who I am. I feel that deliverance is becoming a continual part of my journey. And, when we would talk about people getting delivered in my religion, it was like, we would be talking about somebody that was demon possessed. But now I feel dark energy leaving me continually. Sometimes, it may quiet down, and then there's other times where it's really intense and I really do feel dark energy leaving my body, my soul, my mind, my emotions. And I know now, I guess, in this level of consciousness or awareness that I have, that, or where my beliefs are at now, that this will be continual until I go through the veil. It's continual. And the whole thing is the journey. That is the so-called mission. Nobody is my mission. My mission is to walk with God and to take the journey of my soul with God, and everything else comes out of that. Everything. And a friend of mine and I, were talking about, when you start to step out of religion, you lose a lot of friends, or it's just hard. You lose people in your life that you felt close to, and you realize that it really was your belief systems that held you close. And that's sad. And it's also, I guess, a part of our journey, and is meant to teach us something as well, I guess, because everything's meant to teach us something, right? And I think it's unavoidable. And I'm learning to let go of things that are unavoidable. I'm learning, because I was always a person that tried to fix and anticipate the problem so that, it doesn't happen. And maybe we could, make things a certain way so it doesn't happen. And I think that's just been ingrained in me as a child, to anticipate needs and try to do what I can so that those bad things don't happen, and keep the homeostasis and make sure everybody's emotions are as good as they can be. But I'm letting that go now as part of the old person that I am. And things have to happen, and that's just part of the journey. And we have to let go. I have to let go and trust, and not interrupt the plan of God and the course of nature, so to speak. The leaves have to fall and die. We all love when everything's in bloom, but if we were to interrupt that process, and I hope they don't come up with something to do that, because I don't put it past them, because they control all the weather right now as it is. But we can't interrupt the course of nature. Leaves have to fall off the branches and die, because that process is necessary for the next cycle, and the winter is necessary. And, you know, when spring comes again, there are new branches connected to the ones that were there last year and branching out and sprouting, multiplying. And I guess that would never happen if those leaves didn't fall and die. And the roots must go deeper during the winter, go down deeper. What a picture of our journey with God. We must go down deeper. And so we can ascend higher, broader, and bloom with multiplication. And so I still have this one friend. No, I have some friends left that still kind of respect my journey and the evolution of who I am right now and where I am. And then you make new ones, you know, but, you know, they haven't been with you for as long as the other ones have. But I was talking to this one friend about detachment. And there's such a big difference between letting go and living in the conscious awareness of detachment and severing ourselves from these things on earth so that we don't feel pain. They are two worlds apart. The first one, I would label it as, I would call that walking in the spirit, living detached from the things of this world. And that includes the expectations that we hold over people to make our existence in this world feel better, comforting, the desires that are connected to this world, even with the people that are involved in that dynamic, letting that go, just releasing that and letting that go. That kind of detachment is walking in the spirit. It's walking in a higher realm. It's living in a higher realm in the spirit. The second detachment is a severing, where we have so much pain and suffering involved in this realm that we don't want the pain anymore. And so we psychologically cut off others because we feel failed by them so much and so often and so repeatedly that we can't take it anymore, because we just need these other people or these things of this world to fill something. And it's always going to come up empty, even if someone does meet the need, or even if something of this world meets the need or the desire or the comfort level that we're looking for. We're going to need more of that thing, or we're going to require more of it or a deeper level of it. And sooner or later, just those avenues are not going to be able to give us the deeper and deeper levels of what we require. Because it's like we gain a tolerance to a medication or a drug. It's like the same thing, because it really is a drug in this realm to have desires connected to this world. And that includes wanting and needing other people to meet our needs, the needs of our soul. And that might sound really cold, but there is a way to live in the spirit where we live in God's heart, where we exist in the realm of heaven in God's heart. And that, the frequency of truth, love is the oxygen of that realm, truly. We just breathe the love in there, in and out, in and out, in and out, in that realm in God's heart. And truth is like the frequency. It's so high, it's the highest frequency. And the vibration is bliss. There is no higher high. There's nothing in this world that could attain a higher high than this bliss of living in the spirit. And there is no need. We don't need sex. We don't need hugs from someone. We don't need money. We don't need a nice house. We don't need status. We don't need a career. We don't need things. Peace reigns in this place. Wisdom lives in this place. Wisdom lives in this place. And that's very, very important, because I feel like God has allowed me to skim in and out of this place, right? In my walk with God. And when I venture through this realm and God's heart, and I'm in there, and it's like bliss, and it doesn't matter what's happening in my life, that the most painful things that could break me down and make me like an emotional wreck or take me into a dark hole of depression have no weight to them. They're nothing. Doesn't matter. Eternity is in my heart at that moment. I'm walking in the Spirit. I'm living in the heart of God, and it is perfection. And yet my heart is still open, alive, and aware of these things going on. And I can still feel compassion for those people involved in my life. I actually can feel more compassion for them